meeting start. I would like to call Ekta for four-way test, please.
Yes, so to recite the four-way test, as we all are Rotarians here and we know what the four-way test is, they are principles of Rotary by which Rotary stands for, which guides our thoughts, actions, and conduct. So the first one is the truth. Is it the truth? Which means if our actions involves clarity, transparency, ethical behavior. The second is fair. If it is fair to all concerned, what we are thinking and what we are doing, if that involves fairness to all in the process. The third is about building goodwill and better friendships. So, Rotary, like it is a huge family, and the endeavor is to engage with all Rotarians across the world with the idea to build friendship and goodwill amongst all of us. And the fourth is about being beneficial for everybody involved and for society and whatever deeds and actions we are doing. So this is the four-way test, the four principles, the four pillars of Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ekta. Hello, everyone. I'm Ali Khan, the Charter Secretary of Rotary E-Club of Winter Heaven. Moving on to the next agenda. So far, we have no birthdays and no anniversaries to be announced. So I'm also the co-treasurer. Actually, our treasurer has regretted to join our meeting this time. So I'll give you a quick preview about our current count status. There are two major things which I would like to update. One is SAR from January to July, which we have already paid, and the district dues invoice, it is also being paid. Moving on to the next agenda. So in the previous meeting, we have prepared a short report of our club that what we have done so far. We have presented that details in shape of a PowerPoint presentation, which I would like to share with you all, as we have a lot of guests from other districts and other clubs. So we would love to share with you all that what Rotary E Club of Winter Heaven has achieved only in 8 to 9 months. So let me tell you one more thing, that we have chartered in 29 March 2024. It has been only 10 months of our charter. So let me give you a quick preview of our presentation. I hope everyone can see the screen.
Yes, we can.
Thank you, Vijay. So this is the club slogan. This is our slogan. The sole meaning of our life is to serve humanity. We have adopted this slogan, and we are working as per. And now the second one is our club flag. Now here's the charter. As I told you, our club has started on 29 March 2024. Not more than 10 months. And one more thing, we are from the district 6890, Florida, United States. And within our district, we are the first club who has become the RAG, Peace Builder Club. We have officially joined Rotary Action Group for Peace on 11th November 2024. So now our club's membership consists of members who is from 4 different continents and 8 different countries, including Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, and if I name the countries uh, which our members are from, they are Pakistan, UAE, India, Italy, Sweden, England, Nigeria, and America. So moving on. So we have so far 16 members, active members in our club. So this is the classification roster. Membership consists of various classifications, including doctors, architects, and financial consultants, and gynecologists, child psychologists, and real estate business people, so many more. And one recent induction, we have also a film producer in our club. So this is a short intro of our team. She is Saida Simran Hassan, MPHF Charter President. Myself, Shan Ali Khan, PHF, Charter Secretary and Co-Treasurer. This is our Club Treasurer, Donald T. Gervais Jr. He's also a PHF. Our President-elect, very dynamic Vice President, also Dr. Baljeet Kaur. She's also a Polaris Fellow. And Magical Ekta Mehta. She's our club membership chair. Dr. V.S. Sean, Club Service Projects Chair. He's a very busy person. He regretted to join our meeting today, that he will join in the next meeting. Dr. Yogesh Prasad, our club foundation chair. He has been kind enough to join our club, and he's very energetic and enthusiastic. Our club international convention chair, Devesh Bahal, is also regretted to join us today. Ferdinando Pisani Masamormail, Polaris Fellow. He is a charter charter member, and he is related from the medical services. He owns a company in Italy. Surinder Singh Ji is a Polaris Fellow and a charter member. He is the chairman of Al Dubawi Group UAE. Adil Ali, he is a charter member and ex-cricketer from Pakistan. Tabriz Alam, charter member. He is a manufacturer of leather goods. Emo Thompson, he is also a charter member. He belongs to Nigeria and London both. He is a businessman. Roger Hovland, he's a Polaris Fellow and charter member. He's also from the medical services, and he owns a company in Sweden. Very dynamic Anil Sharma. He's newly joined. He recently joined our club. He's a leading architect, and in Delhi, and he's also have a branch in Nepal. Dr. Sandeep Mawa, he also joined recently, and he's owner of Mawa Studios. He's a very well-known businessman and film producer. Now, these were the active members. Now, I would like to introduce to you all honorary members. First, our club advisor. He's an honorary member and AKS PDG Tony Sharma. PAG Anil Gai, MPHF. He's an honorary member and He's kind of a backbone of our club. PP Huma Akbar, PHF honorary member. She's the chairperson of Innovative Event Planners. Dr. Altaf Eden, PHF, he's honorary member. He's ophthalmologist from Pakistan. Very dynamic. PP Vijay Kewalramani, MPHF. He's also an honorary member of our club. He's chartered accountant and he's with us today. So far, our club has achieved a PHF membership 60%, and by the end of June, we have targeted that we will become 100% PHF. So let me give you a quick preview. The global grant projects as a partner, what we have done so far within 10 months, including water project in Ghana, cleft lip surgeries in Dominican Republic, baby incubators project in Brazil, infant lung respiratory equipment project in Brazil, women menstrual health education in India, Save the Perkins Philippines, and Eco Environment Project, South India. These projects worth around $32,600. Now the other projects and contributions, including disaster relief fund, recently hit the Florida in the hurricane. We have contributed in that $1,000. We have contributed on the World Polio Day $350 in the World Polio Fund. We have sponsored a golf tournament in Tampa, Florida, and we have held a series of free medical camps in Pakistan. So far we have done 25 free medical camps worth around $12,946. So these projects makes a total 14,496. Now, proposed global grant project, what we have in the pipeline and looking forward to complete that. The Women Empowerment Center equipment, Lahore, equipment for orphanage in Honduras, and hearing aids for kids in Tampa, Kids Education Center in Tampa, Florida. I'm sorry. We have pledged some amount for these projects and waiting for the green signal. The pledge amount is 14,700. Moving forward, the projects which we have in our pipeline and looking forward to make it happen. We are looking forward to adopt a small village in Amritsar. Dr. Baljit Kaur is the one who introduced us this project. She's our vice president and president-elect also, and she will be leading that projects. In this particular project, we have a vocational training center for girls, adoption of a government secondary school, and adoption of government hospital, and creation of a public garden plantation. The second project is the series of free medical camps, which already been going on in Pakistan, and we would like to expand it more. In these camps, we offer free cataract surgeries, free cornea replacement, free eye checkups, free medicines, free glasses, free sugar and cholesterol checkup, and BMD, bone mass density checkups. After that, we are looking forward to make a free eye hospital in Karachi for the underprivileged. And we are also looking forward to create a vocational training center for differently abled people, which includes braille typing classes for visually challenged people, skill development classes for dumb and deaf, skill development classes for polio affected people, and skill development classes for limb deprived people. So this is a very unique project which we are looking to make it happen. After that, making of Rotary Community Corp for polio affected in Karachi. We are also looking forward to make them the part of our Rotary RCC. And after that, Rotary E-Club of Winter Haven Peace Club is starting the border of India and Pakistan. We are looking forward to create a eco-friendly path starting to the border of India and Pakistan. So these are the updates of the Calgary registration from our club. So far, we have 5 members who already got registered themselves for the international convention, and 4 is looking forward to. Thank you very much.
Excellent report. Very nicely presented. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Over to Ekta.
Thank you, Ali. I would now like to introduce our guest who has joined us today in the meeting, Mr. Vijay Kewalramani. Before we hear from him, I'd like to give a brief introduction about him for everyone. Vijay Kewalramani was born on 12th July 1969. He embodies the spirit of service truly and is inspired by his family's legacy in Rotary and Inner Wheel. His late father, Narayan Radhakrishna Kewalramani, a charter member of Rotary Club Thane East, and his mother, Uma Narayan Kewalramani, a former Inner Wheel Club president. They were both Paul Harris fellows. A little bit about his family and the good that he's done. He's a Paul Harris fellow, also a Paul Harris member, and his wife, Dr. Gayatri, and son, Saurabh, are also Paul Harris fellows. And they continue their family's tradition, being dedicated to community service. His wife, Dr. Gayatri, is an MD in microbiology and MPhil. She serves as president of Inner Wheel Club of Ulhasnagar, whereas his son, a law student, is a Rotractor and charter president of the Rotract Club of Thane, Titans. Vijayji is a chartered accountant professionally with over 30 years of experience in direct taxes and fraud investigations also. And he holds multiple qualifications, BCom, LLB, LLM, FCA, MBA in finance, CMA, and Diploma IFR from UK. He's a qualified peace ambassador and inspires others to follow in his family's footsteps in an attempt to make a positive change and impact in the world. He joined Rotract and became charter president of Rotract Club of Bombay, Mulund East in 1990-91, and he won the Best New Club Award that year. He became a Rotarian in January 2015 and won the Best Rotarian Award in the first 2 years of joining. He then served as secretary in 17-18, president in 18-19 of the Rotary Club Thane, and currently he's treasurer of the Rotary Club Thane Titans for 24-25. He holds various district chair positions in 16-17. In 22-23, he had been district treasurer, district international service chair, district friendship exchange chair, district inner country committee chair, district Rotract chair in 24-25, and special advisor to district governor RID 3262 for the year 24-25, and also a vice national coordinator of Rotary Intercountry Committee India. He's attended over 3,000 Zoom meetings internationally and has friends in over 20 countries across Rotary. And he's a member of 19 Rotary Fellowship groups, 3 Rotary Action groups. He's a director of the Rotarians on the Internet, which is also called ROTI, Rotary Fellowship Group for 2020 to 25. He's been chairman-elect for 25 to 27 for Rotarians on the Internet, the Rotary Fellowship Group, and honorary member in 11 Rotary clubs including our e-club of Winter Haven. He's been a speaker in various Rotary forums also and has authored a book, Limited Liability Partnerships, which I would have a keen interest in and I would love to have a copy. And his professional and non-professional talks are also available on YouTube channel. So with this very detailed and introduction of Mr. Kewalramani, may I call upon you please to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you, Ekta ji, for the wonderful introduction. At the outset, I would like to thank my good friend Simran and Lee for inviting me to give a talk on this very important topic of conflict resolution. Friends, with peace being the buzzword today, because we can see violence all across the globe, and we have seen big organizations like the United Nations not been able to curtail. Rotary has been playing a very important role in peace building, and it will continue to play. So rightly so, they have selected a good topic, and currently in the month of peace building, that's the Rotary month. Is my presentation visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can see that.
So friends, as I said, in today's world, it is very important when we see the conflicts that they have to be resolved. Although I might have started with world violence across the globe and all that, we see violence in every part of our life, in our families, in our neighborhood, in our societies, in our cultures, and so on and so forth, in the nation, in the state, city. So it is very important to bring in a resolution for these conflicting positions. And that's why conflict resolution, I have connected it with need for peace, because if we need peace, we have to have a good conflict resolution in place. So what will be the objectives of this talk of mine? It will be a brief talk. We'll be exploring, highlighting, and examining. What will we be exploring? Exploring the connection between conflict resolution and peace. This is we will try to do the connection. Then highlight the importance of resolving conflicts for societal harmony. As I said, we can see the conflicts day in, day out in our neighborhood, in our families, in our relations. So it's very important to resolve conflicts for a better societal harmony. And then examine effective strategies to achieve lasting peace. Friends, peace is not to be having only for a short term, that we become friends today, we have been fighting, we become friends today, tomorrow again we start abusing each other. It doesn't work that way. Peace means it has to be lasting peace. So we will be examining strategies to achieve lasting peace also. So let's understand conflict in the first place. Conflict is technically a disagreement or clash between individuals or groups. As I said, it can be between individuals, it can be between groups. By groups, you can mean your societies, your cultural organizations, the whole nation, between states in the whole country. So it can be lot many things in organization. In organization, you have several unions, so a group can be anything. So what are the causes which cause conflict? Let us understand that. First is the interpersonal cause. I don't like that person's face. It can be a very small reason, but that will create to a conflict, that whatever that person says, I will not like. He may be very correct, he may be very reasonable, he may be very justifiable, but just because I don't like that person's face, I would not like anything what he says. So technically, interpersonal is the first thing that we have highlighted, the major cause of conflict. Then many a times miscommunications or misunderstanding. We speak in groups, we speak to friends. What happens, you might have also noticed, I may say a single simple thing. I may have meant it in a different way, but what the other person takes it, how he reads it, how he hears it, and what meaning he takes out of it, it may lead to miscommunication and misunderstanding. You may have given a good statement for the betterment of the other person, but he may construe it wrongly. So many a times, because of these minor glitches, and these are basically unintentional, but they move to conflict. Then this is the major social cause that we have: cultural, social, or ideological differences. We may be having religious differences, we may be having cultural differences, working, like most of us are from India and Pakistan. Cultural can be anything, maybe for religion, maybe for the culture that we are following within the religion. There can be different sects, so they may be having different sects. The social habits may be different. It can be because of languages also, which is what we see in the South Asian subcontinent. So languages can also be a cause of conflict. Many a times we have ideological differences which may lead to conflicts. And the important part is the competition for limited resources. This is what we see the major wars going around the world. Today, what we are seeing in Ukraine, US wants a right on the limited resources in Ukraine. Russia wants its share of the limited resources in Ukraine. That's why the war is going on, because it's a fight for the control on the limited resources. It can be oil, it can be uranium. There are a lot of underground minerals estimated to be in billions of dollars below the earth in Ukraine. So it is a fight for that basically. Whatever be the reason to start, whatever be the reason going on, but basically now you can make it out from the peace talks that are going on. It is very clear who controls the resources. Similarly, you can see in the Middle East also, it is basically the biggest limited resource we have is land and water. So it's a fight for the land in Middle East, which is going on. So this causes conflict. And then, yes, power dynamic. This is again what we are seeing in Ukraine. A power dynamic between two major nations, Russia and US of A. They both want power. They want that it should be. And then EU wants a different type of power dynamics that, yes, we would like to control the situation. We would like to control the world. Why should US have a monopoly? Why should Russia have a monopoly? Why should China have a monopoly? So this is because of power dynamics. These are the basic causes of conflict. Then we can also understand the types of conflict. Again, as I said, interpersonal. I will not go into it again. I just don't want to listen to A, B, C. I don't like his face. I don't like the way he talks. I will not like anything that he will do. So it will be there. Then it can be an organizational conflict. I have already highlighted it can be between two organizations, competing companies. It can be between two nations. It can be between two states. It can be between two neighboring societies. Anything can be done. It can be between two non-governmental organizations working for the same cause, but there can be a competition between them, and then it can lead to conflict. Then societal conflict is basically on account of the cultural differences, the linguistic differences, the religious differences, the ideological differences that we saw, and international conflict that we are seeing across the globe, be it in your Russia, Ukraine, be it Southeast Asia, be it in other parts of the world. It is always going on. You can see between North and South Korea. This is always going. So having understood the types and causes of conflict, it is important to understand how to resolve conflict. So for conflict resolution, what we do, first and foremost is avoid escalation. I will just go by the smallest example I gave. I don't like XYZ person. I better not go there and avoid him. I better avoid him instead of going and escalating the situation. Then I may create a point. I may point out something which may escalate the situation. In your organization, whatever happens in the company, if you are say in different departments also, the finance department and the legal department and the marketing department, there may be heated talks. It is better to keep quiet. One should know where to stop. The moment you keep quiet, the moment you stop, it is very important that you should know where to stop. If you don't know where to stop, then it can create bigger problems. To avoid escalation, you should know where to stop. What is the point where you need to stop? Start with yourself. Don't look for the other person. The other person may not agree, but start with yourself. Charity begins at home. If I need to avoid the escalation, I need to avoid it. I need to ensure that I try the most that it is not escalate. Once the escalation is reduced, then go for fostering collaboration and understanding. This definitely you can imagine that it cannot be done between the parties directly, but through a third party mediator, through a third person who can come in between to collaborate, to try and understand the problems of both the parties, and then try to bring it in a midway. This is what is being now. You can see the peace talks that are going on between US and Russia, with Saudi Arabia in between, or maybe the talks that were on between Gaza and Israel, where US and Qatar had come in between to foster a peace. So you bring in a third person who maybe not be 100% neutral, but maybe mostly neutral, maybe acceptable to all. Because if I go to speak to the other person, he will definitely not listen to me. So a third party is needed who will try and foster a collaboration and understanding. And once you foster a collaboration and understanding, automatically the relations will enhance. So the moment you enhance your relationship, the trust will enhance. The more you trust somebody else, automatically the conflicts will get resolved slowly. I'm not saying it goes off in a single day, but it will slowly get resolved. And it will lead to promoting social and global harmony, because if there is no conflict, there will be social and global harmony. We can grow together. Positivity, positive peace always is good, so that it helps us grow together and grow more. Then we go to the other part, need for peace. Why peace? Because it promotes societal harmony. It resolves conflicts, reduces tension, and fosters unity. Because peace is one thing what we discuss in the conflict resolution, the 4 points. It brings everything into it. It promotes societal harmony. If you have peace, there's harmony between people, you are on good terms, you welcome. It should always be there that you may not be on full talking terms, but at least when you pass by each other, you should be saying hi, hello to each other. You should not say that no, 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 I will just not talk to him, and you move on one side and we move on the other side. So societal harmony can be promoted only by resolving conflicts, reducing tensions, and fostering unity. It also supports economic stability. Once you have peace, once you have no disturbances, once you have conflict resolved, it creates conditions for growth and peace. I can give you example of our country, India, where you can see now Naxalism is in control, terrorism is in control. So we can see the growth and prosperity in India for the past few years. Earlier, what used to happen was terrorism was there. You were always in fear where a bomb blast can happen there, where a riot attack can happen. Naxalism used to be there. Now it is all under control. So you can see the way our nation is growing, growth and prosperity is always there. And then once you have growth and prosperity, if everybody is moving along, it strengthens your relationships. Resolving disputes will build trust and cooperation. This we have discussed earlier also. Once your cooperation and trust is there, you will start believing in each other. You will trusting each other. You will be more on good terms with each other, and you will be more at peace. And it will finally ensure sustainability. That is, long-lasting peace is vital for future generations, because many a times we have seen, especially again, I would like to say in the middle southeast countries, it goes for generations. The conflict go for generation, one generation to another. So if you have peace, it is vital for future generations. Otherwise, it hurts the growth of the future generations also. If you have lasting peace, the generations grow peacefully, they prosper, and then trust and cooperation is built. How do we bring peace? Through peace building. What is the definition of peace building? The process of creating sustainable peace by addressing the root causes of conflict and strengthening societal structures. So it's a 3-part. It's the process of creating sustainable peace by addressing the root cause of conflict. So you have to go to the root cause of conflict. As I said, peace should not be temporary. That, okay, today we have a truce, tomorrow morning again we'll start fighting. It should not be temporary. It has to be, you have to go to the root cause, try to sort it out. Why did I speak about the mediation earlier? If you have a mediation, so that person will go into the root cause, try to sort it out, bring a middle path and grow. And that way you will strengthen the societal structures. What are the key activities in peace building? Education and awareness programs. You have to have education, bring education and awareness programs. And nowadays, peace seminars are being held. They are being promoted in schools, colleges. In Rotary has been promoting peace seminars all across. You can see earlier it used to be basically as a formality during the theme month in February, but now year around you can see peace awareness programs are going on across Rotary. Seminars are going on. Rotary has been doing this peace fellowship program, and now even the IEP, Institute of Economics and Peace, has also brought in this peace ambassador program. So awareness is growing on, education is going on, how to bring in peace. Then build inclusive communities. Communities who understand each other. They should not be decided based on a sect or a culture or a religion or a thought process or ideology. It should be inclusive. We should accept everybody and anybody. It should not be that, okay, that person is not from my sect, he's not from my caste, he's not from my religion, he doesn't follow my ideology, so I'll not speak to him. It should not happen. So that mindset has to go. It is not Vijay or A or B speaking. The mindset has to go overall. Inclusive communities have to be brought in. And then how do you do that? Foster dialogue and reconciliation. Bring in dialogue. There is dispute, but nothing can be going without dialogue. Even if you all recollect in Mahabharata, Lord Shri Krishna, when they were going for a war, the Pandavas were ready for a war. He said, I want to give peace a last chance. He went to the Kauravas. He said, give the Pandavas only 5 villages and we will not fight. We will be happy. That was the dialogue and peace that he fostered, that peace is important, war is not important. He tried. He said, till the war starts, I would try for peace till the last moment. He went. He said, foster, please give us 5 villages. We will not have war. But the Kauravas had something else in mind. They were overconfident. And so we saw the result that has happened. So first thing is you have to continue for peace building. Dialogues and reconciliation should continue. We saw even in these wars of Gaza, Israel, Hezbollah, or Russia and all, talks were already going on in the background. They may not have been fruitful, but talks were always going on. Even North Korea, South Korea, sometimes the talks keep going on. It's not that. But the result may be different, but the dialogues and the reconciliation process should be on. And lastly, it is important to support equitable resource distribution. Now, as I said, the main cause of conflict in US, Ukraine is, and Gaza is the limited resources. Ukraine has got lot of mineral resources where everybody needs to have control. Gaza has got land, Israel has got less land. So land is important. Land is also an important resource. In the future, we will be seeing wars over water because water is becoming a scarce resource. So we have to ensure that it is equitably distributed. So if everybody has everything, there's no question of a conflict, there's no question of a grudge, and it will move on positively and peacefully. Now, when we speak about peace, we just speak about peace that, okay, peace is going on. But nowadays, there's a concept called as positive peace. What is positive peace? It is defined as an attitude, institution, and structures that create and sustain peaceful societies. It not only brings in peace, but it creates and sustains peaceful societies. The peaceful society should sustain for long. As I said, it should not be a 2-day truce. Every day you can see in Israel and all, Gaza, the Hamas says we will not release the prisoners. Again, US comes and threatens. No, if you are not releasing, so that is not positive peace because it is based on a condition. Positive peace means it should be positive. Both sides should accept it meaningfully and it should be sustainable in the long run. It creates the optimal environment for human potential to flourish. Once you know that we are at peace, we will not fight in the future, you can concentrate on other things in your life. You can flourish more, you can grow more. But the moment, still that time you are not aware, you never know when again the issue will come on. Like as I said, we used to face, we never knew when a terrorist attack will happen. When we used to move out of home, we never knew whether people used to be afraid whether they would be able to get back in time or not. But now with this control on the terrorism part, the Naxalism part, so the environment is good. People can now concentrate on their businesses, on their working, instead of worrying about the safety and well-being of themselves and their family members and the society as a whole. And then in the long run, high positive peace countries are most likely to maintain stability, adopt and recover from shocks. And again, here I would like to give the example of India. You can see that small things keep happening, but we are able to recover from shocks, and then we are still prospering and growing at a continuous pace. Our growth has not stopped. India has been growing for the past few years at a continuous pace because we are moving towards that positive peace. I'm not saying we are a fully positive peace country, but we are moving towards that culture of positive peace. Having understood positive peace, we should also understand what is negative peace. This is an obvious question. So, negative peace is the absence of violence or fear of violence. If I don't do this, there can be war. So, that is negative peace. And that is not good. So, as I said earlier, that okay, I have to take care. If Hamas doesn't release, then there will be war. So, that's why they will release the hostages. That is negative. It should not. Negative peace, it's only because of fear of violence. That okay, if I don't do this, if I hurt China's interest, China may fight with me. So this should not be there. We should be on positive terms. That okay, let us be on talking terms. Let us move positive. Negative peace is also known as realistic perspective of peace, because everybody thinks that okay, if today two old friends who were never on talking terms, they have started on the road. If you see that okay, just they say hi, hello, and just move on, people will say yes, they got a truce between them, but that is a short-term truce. Negative peace is always a short-term truce. It cannot be a long-term peace. As we saw earlier, the positive peace has to be long-term and sustainable. And again, negative peace is a stage reached through diplomacy and negotiation. It cannot come directly. Directly, you will never. It is only through diplomacy and negotiations. Again, I will get back to this example of Hamas and Israel. It was through negotiations and diplomacy and some pressure from, say, US, which has brought in that peace. The same thing is not working out in Ukraine and all, because EU doesn't want to participate in that peace process. So maybe it will take time. US and Russia have directly started talking in Saudi Arabia. They are still currently they are talking, but EU doesn't want to do it. So it makes a difference. What is the difference between positive peace and negative peace? Negative peace is the absence of violence. It is pessimistic. It is curative. It is peace, not always by peaceful means. As I said, it is by threat or fear of violence. Whereas positive peace is structural integration, it is optimistic, it is futuristic, it is preventive, and it is peaceful means. How do we achieve peace? Here, we have been hearing about the pillars of peace. So I would now take all the 8 pillars of peace one by one. The first and most important pillar of peace is well-functioning government. If the government is well-functioning, the people will be happy, the government will grow, the nation will grow, people will be happy, and it will bring in long-lasting peace. If the government is not functioning properly, you can see disputes in our neighborhood. The people are not happy, they are fighting, there is high inflation and all that. So it creates conflict. Once you have a well-functioning government, you have to give a sound business environment. If you give a sound business environment, people will come, investments will come in your country, investments will grow, the nation will grow. Then this again, we spoke earlier, equitable distribution of resources in the country also, overseas also, in the country also, all people should have equitable distribution of resources. Certain resources remain with a few and very few people are below the poverty line. That should not work. Everybody should get an equal chance to grow. The resources of the nation, everybody has an equal right on the resources of the nation. So everybody, the resources should be distributed equitably. Equitably doesn't mean on equal terms. Equitably means it can also mean by the way how much you are contributing. So you should get what you deserve. It should not happen that you may be deserving something, but still you are not able to get it. So that is the point. And then acceptance of the rights of others. We have to accept the rights of others. We cannot be monolithic. We cannot be, say, egoistic that, okay, whatever I say is right. Simran may be the president of this club, but he has to accept the right of others. In a Rotary club, everybody is equal. So everybody has a right to speak. The president just cannot dictate. Vijay Kewalramani cannot dictate that, okay, whatever I say is fine. You have to listen to me. No, we have to accept the right of others. If you feel that they are not correct, we can discuss it out. We can sort it out. We can explain to them. Maybe at some point they are correct. We should understand their viewpoint and maybe change ourselves. And if we are correct, then we should make them understand. That is very important. Good relations with neighbors. We should have good relations with neighbors. Neighbors can be anything. Neighbors can be a room partner. Neighbors can be your next door neighbor. Neighbor can be your next state. Neighbor can be your neighboring country. We need to maintain good relations with neighbor. That's how we can progress. Free flow of information. This is very important. Free press, freedom of speech. You see many countries, the flow of information is restricted. If you speak out anything, then cases are registered against you. Information flow has to be very free. So people should know what is going on to take informed decisions, and accordingly they can work out. High levels of human capital. Today, India has the highest human capital in the world. So we should also, but it doesn't mean that only high levels of human capital will work. We have to utilize it. We have to train it. We should know that they are able to deliver. It should not happen that although we may be having human capital, but if they are not skilled enough to work, if they are not trained enough to work, it is of no use. In fact, it will be a liability to the nation because they will just expect something from the nation instead of delivering and contributing to the nation. So high levels of human capital also, but that should be skilled and developed. And low levels of corruption. Corruption levels should be low because it's very difficult to find a single country where there is no corruption. We have seen even in the US it is coming out. In various countries you have seen the corruption issues coming out. So even Ukraine has recently accepted that 50% of the aid that we received from US, we don't know where it has gone. It has not been used to properly put to use. So where does it go? It is very difficult to expect a corruption-free world, but the corruption levels need to be low. Then people will be able to work, because if corruptions are high, it becomes difficult for people to work and move ahead. Then how is positive peace measured? Institute of Economics and Peace have brought out a global peace index. For that, what it looks into is the global peace index looks into the societal safety and security. It looks into the ongoing domestic and international conflicts and the degree of militarization of a nation. Based on these parameters, they have come out with a global peace index. What are the important highlights of the GPI 2024? Global economic impact during 23 was $19.1 trillion, around 13.1% of the world GDP or $2,380 per person were spent on conflicts. This is, I'm giving you the 23 statistics. 24, you can imagine it would be much higher because of the escalation in the wars and all that. Ongoing domestic and international conflicts. 10 most affected countries spend an average of 37.4% of their GDPs. So this is what you can imagine what we were speaking earlier about positive peace. If you are more at peace, you will spend less on militarization and less on conflicts. So you will have more money in hand to spend for the persons, for your public, so that they can grow and for the prosperity and growth of the nation. Now let us understand the differences between positive peace and conflict, with the relation between, not the difference. Positive peace creates conditions whereas conflicts are less likely to arise. So positive peace, as I said, brings sustainable peace. So it creates conditions where conflicts are less likely to arise. It focuses on the strengthening of the pillars of peace, the 8 pillars of peace that we discussed, which address the root cause of the conflict It promotes long-term solutions rather than the temporary fixes. Positive peace always is a sustainable peace. It moves on long-term. It doesn't go on temporary fixes. There are conflict resolution strategies. What should we follow in our day-to-day life? Active listening. Understand and validate perspectives. As I said, be a good listener. Don't go by your perception. Who that he is a new person. What does he know? I am more qualified than him. I know better than him. Who is he to teach me? Don't go that. Go with a positive frame of mind. Listen. Be active listener. Try and understand his perspectives. If he is wrong, you can reason it out within yourself. But please be active listener. Maybe you can get something out of it, something good out of it. Effective communication. Use clear and emphatic language. As I said in the beginning, one of the causes of conflict is miscommunication and misunderstanding. So my intention may be very good. I am speaking to Simran or I am speaking to Dominica, she is here. So I am speaking to her. Maybe I don't intend, but unintentionally she takes it in a wrong way or she interprets in a wrong way. So if maybe I am not clear in my explanation, my intention is very clear. They are both good friends of mine, but then it leads to conflict. So be effective in your communication. Use clear and emphatic language. Involve mediation. Involve a neutral third party to facilitate resolution. As I said, it is very difficult for the conflicting parties to sit together and come to a resolution without a third party mediation, because we go with a preset mindset that, okay, this person is that only, I am not going to listen to him. So I just, because I have been under pressure to go and talk to him, I will go sit in the room. I will not be listening to him. The body language would not be calm. That's why we need a third person who first individually speaks to both the persons, all the conflicting parties, then try understand the problem and then try to bring a mid path and try to solve the conflict. Negotiation, seek compromise and mutual benefit. So once the third person comes in and he speaks to you, one should be open to compromise for a mutual benefit. We should not be rigid in our this thing. Action that, okay, whatever I said is final. I know everything. The other person is wrong. Once I say he's wrong, he's wrong. It doesn't work that. You have to compromise somewhere. Give and take is the buzzword. You have to give something. You have to take something. Reconciliation, address underlying causes to heal relationships. Try to understand the problems, what happened, and try to ensure that those problems do not recur. Whatever happens has happened, it cannot be undone, but at least try to ensure that you understand that yes, these mistakes were done, maybe effective communication was not there, maybe you might have said something bad in rage of mind and all that. Try to reconcile, try to understand the thought process of the other person and try to ensure that, okay, many a times what happens is you may be having a different wavelength of speaking, he may be having a different set of understanding. So once you try to understand what is his thought process and try to move in that direction. So, and try to ensure that you do not hurt the other person. Now, the correlation between emotional intelligence and conflict resolution. Self-awareness, recognizing one's emotions. Control your emotion. Don't go hyper. Arey, how did he say that? Who the hell is he? It should not work that way. Control your emotions. Just try to understand, how do I control it? How do I ensure that this doesn't escalate? It does not move on to a conflicting position. Self-regulation, manage, as I said earlier also. After your awareness, have your self-regulation. Empathy, try to understand the other person's feelings also. Why he said that. If possible, try to reason out with him. Mister, you said that. I got hurt, but please explain me why you said that. If you have something, please let me know. If you may be right, I will accept it. But please let me know. You can speak it in a decent tone instead of going and fighting with him or hitting him. Why did you say this? And then social skills, navigating interpersonal dynamics. As I said, try to mingle, try to mix with people interpersonally, try to resolve the conflict. Go to him, go to the other person, speak to him. Sir, you have said this, maybe unintentionally you have said this. So if it is unintentional, I would accept your apology. Otherwise, please explain to me why did you say this? What is the problem in me? If there is a problem, I would like to try to correct myself. It can be done. So you have to leave your ego behind. What are the examples? Interpersonal conflicts, I already told you, we had discussed in the previous slide how to go, try to make yourself aware what went wrong, why it went wrong, Maybe it's because of your hyper nature, or maybe the other person was wrong. Just try to understand, try to sort it out and clear it. Then everybody knows the South African Truth and Reconciliation Commission that happened. What Nelson Mandela had proposed was, we know during apartheid, a lot of atrocities were done on the blacks. So what Nelson Mandela had proposed was that if the persons who have committed atrocities, they come out and speak the truth, we will forgive them and they would not be charged for anything. And many people came out and they spoke the truth that yes, we have committed these atrocities on these people, this people, this people. And then it was sorted out. They were forgiven. But yes, it may have hurt the people who were hurt, who were affected by that, but it has brought in long-term peace to the nation, because they may have said partially truth, they may have said full truth, we never know. But people came out with their own versions, the state heard it and it accepted it, and then this way the peace was resolved. And then the third example is the United Nations peacekeeping missions, which go to different countries. India has been participating in United Nations peacekeeping missions over the globe. How effective they are, I would not like to comment on that in today's position, but yes, United Nations is doing its bit by bringing in peacekeeping missions. And one more, which I have not added over here, is the peace initiatives by Rotary, by bringing in peace fellows, IPs, peace ambassador, trying to bring in peace and try to solve the issues between people. So what are the takeaways from today's talk? Apply conflict resolution strategies in your day-to-day life. Just not that Vijay has spoken, we heard it and we forget it. Please try to apply. Promote dialogue and understanding in your communities. It is very important, dialogue and speaking. Strive to build sustainable and peaceful relationships. Leave your ego aside. Let us summarize it. Conflict is inevitable, but resolution is possible. So you can definitely avoid conflict. Conflicts are bound to happen in life, as we have been discussing during the whole presentation. On every small and petty issue, it can lead to a conflict. So, but a resolution is possible. Be positive in life. Effective conflict resolution fosters peace. Effective means long term. It should not be temporary truth. It should be a long term truth. It will foster peace. Peace building requires continuous efforts and collaboration, which again I had said earlier that it cannot be done over a day. It cannot be done overnight. There are a lot of negotiations going on, collaborations. We have to make each other understand, make the warring factions understand, and then try to bring in peace. What is the conclusion? As Ronald Reagan has said, peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to handle conflict by peaceful means. These are the resources, and I'm open to questions. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Thanks once again to President Simran and Secretary Ali. I am open to questions. Thank you, friends.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Vijayji, please accept our heartfelt gratitude for taking the time to speak in our club meeting. Your insightful presentation on peace and conflict resolution was truly engaging and informative. So, folks, we would like to have a question answer session. If anybody wants to ask or have any question, please raise your hand. Anybody? Anybody wish to ask anything, please feel free. So, nobody. Anyways, thank you very much. Thank you again for your time, effort, and contribution to our club, Vijayji. We are honored to have had you as a guest speaker and look forward to future opportunities to engage with you. And now I would like to move on. So as a token of your appreciation, I would like to call upon Ekta to present the certificate of gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker. Ekta, please come forward and present the certificate.
Yes, yes, Ali, thank you. Vijayji, thank you so much for your time and for this very deep talk on the need for peace and its resolution with such relatable examples of day-to-day life. So, as a token of gratitude, the club would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation for sharing your expertise and inspiring our club members with your presentation on conflict resolution, need for peace. May your passion continue to ignite minds and inspire greatness. Thank you, Vijayji. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. My pleasure to be.
So, one of our very same member uh, joined between your speech, and he was coming all the way from the airport. He just landed in Delhi from UK. He was coming from London. So, let me show you what he has achieved. He is Dr. Sandeep Mahwa. And he became the first Indian to be honored in British Parliament for the 8th time to receive Bharat Gaurav Award, received in the House of Lords, British Parliament, London, UK, by Lord Raj Lomba for promoting relations between India and rest of the world, including United Kingdom, through arts and culture. So we wish him a good luck in his endeavors. Unfortunately, he left because he was in the car. So, moving on to our next agenda, I would like to call our honorary member, our backbone, PAG, MPHF, Anil Gai, to please give a closing remarks and vote of thanks. Anilji.
Good evening, and thank you, President Saida, Simran, and Ali ji. It was pleasure to have a very different kind of meeting with our honorary member Vijay from Thana Titan Club, giving us an elaborate talk on peace and conflict resolution. Certain points were really very useful, which we can form in our daily life, even in talking in within our Rotary. Now, I would like to thank the participants one by one. Andrew Worley, I think she is from London, and if I'm right, I had a pleasure of meeting her in the installation of District Governor Himanshu Jain at London on 26th, if I'm right. If she is there, my hello to her, and thank you very much for joining our meeting today. I also see from Donica Frederick from RC Montego, Jamaica. Thank you very much. You've been with us. Ekta, as usual, has been very brilliant and very nice with her uh, piece of work. Harsh Dimani ji, thank you very much for joining us. Ayer Deepa, Suresh Ayer ji, good to see you. We have Nomeen, and then Suresh Bhai from District 1130. Good evening, Vivek Goel and Vivek Sharma. Thank you very much for coming. And there were many more who, in the meantime, also left. So, this was our 17th meeting, and I would like to share Another good news of one of fellow member who couldn't join today. That's Anil Sharma. He also got a contract of two hotels. One was inaugurated today in the capital of Uttarakhand, Taj Hotel, Dehradun, designed by him. And second, he has got a contract for making a first five-star hotel in Ayodhya. So Anil Sharma is our new active Rotarian found by Rotary E Club. And you just heard from Ali about Sandeep Marwa. He just landed from London and he was traveling in his car, bringing the award. So we feel proud of our members. Dr. Yogesh, our past Rotarian Dr. Yogesh PHF, was with us and he had to go for a marriage. And another member, PHF, Dr. V.S. Chauhan couldn't come because he's on a Mahakumbh at Allahabad having a holy dip in Ganges. He couldn't find some network there in the hotel. I called him and he spoke to me. And another member, PHF Surinder, is also in the flight at this moment, flying from Saudi Arabia to Dubai. So we missed him today. And with this, thank you, President, for inviting me. And it was pleasure being with you all and see you very soon again next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anilji. Thank you so much. And thank you, all magical Rotarians who are with us. Thank you for honoring us, gracing us with your presence. And our guest speaker, magical guest speaker. Thank you very much. Officially, meeting call to order. Now it's a fellowship time.